What's going on, all? Happy Monday to you. Yes, you. So, good morning. I am Remie Longbrake. Pleasure to be here. So, thanks for watching. Hope we're doing good. Hopefully your weekend was good. And hopefully you're ready to tackle them goals, man. So, today's a good day for a good day, right? That's what it's all about. Yes. Oh my goodness. So, today, got a very important topic for y'all. So it is 6 ways, yes, all 6 of them, 6 ways to be more productive. Yeah, how about that? So I must warn you, it's a lot of material. So I'm going to break this down into 2 days. So I know you love me and all. However, you probably don't have hours on end to watch my videos. And I get that. I don't take it personal. So by all means, I'll break us down three per day. How about that? So hopefully that's enough for you. Hopefully these are valuable to you. So hopefully for one that you're motivated if you are watching. So that's the whole idea. And if you're not, take some notes. Write this stuff down. So this is through my own experience. And this is stuff that I do, and I love it. This is why I'm here with you. I want to share these experiences with you and help keep you motivated and do all that you can. And honestly, it helps me too, so why not, right? Oh my. So we'll give just a moment here, see if anyone wants to jump on. So, but yes, I have a sip of my coffee. My watch is buzzing at me. Oh yeah. So don't worry, I'm not behind already. So. Good stuff. Yeah, that's the coffee. It's kicking in now, I tell you. So, I got Folgers in my cup. So, yeah, they didn't pay me to say that, so they should though, right? But yeah, so hope your weekend was good. Man, mine was impactful, I tell you what. And I use that word because it was impactful. I don't have goals just for the week and then the weekend I take days off and say, oh, well, it's freedom. I can do what I want, right? So I don't work like that. Hopefully you don't either. So do I have fun? Yeah, I have fun. So my fun's doing these. So putting stuff together, help motivate people, share experiences, invest in myself, and do more. So that's what fires me up, man. Yeah, it's spend time with family and doing fun stuff. But at the end of the day, this is what keeps me going. So so this is what it is, man. So yeah, let me know what's going on in your world, what your wins were. If I didn't talk with you from last week, share your wins, share your troubles, and let me know what's going on. How can I help you improve? How can I help you stay focused, be more productive, and help you do all that you can so you can reach your goals. And once you do those, help other people with theirs. So that's really all it's about. It's about paying it forward and doing all that we can. So by all means, share with me what's going on. Hopefully this week, if you haven't already, you got this week planned out. You're doing, have your calendar, whether it's in paper form or if it's on your phone. Hopefully your days are planned out. You know what stuff you want to accomplish. For your fitness goals or whatever your goals would be. You got a big meeting planned or whatever be. You got an interview or whatever. Make sure that you're focused on those goals. Now that way you can achieve them. For me, I plan. This ain't one of the 6. I'm getting there. So bear with me. I plan my day outs on a Sunday evening. I'll just get some quiet time and I'll plan this stuff out. And say, look at last week and say, hey, I'll grade myself and say, hey, what did I do this week? How can I continue that success for the future upcoming week, and build momentum and keep going forward. So that's what motivates, is just be able to check stuff off, say, yeah, I've done that. So, and you can do it too. So I know it's in you. Yes, it is. Oh goodness. But like I said, so message me, let me know what's going on. Happy to help any way I can. Which this brings me to today's topic, the 6 ways to be more productive. Yes, I capitalize on the P for productive. I don't know why, really. This sounds good. But keep in mind, I'm only going to cover 3 today, so hopefully you're not too bummed out. If you are, reach out to me, let me know that was a bad idea. I love the feedback. I love the haters. So that's what keeps me going, keep me motivated. Say, hey, that's how I do more. So if you're a hater, send me an email. So I'll send you a PO box. You can send it right there. Oh, good stuff. But yeah, so so for me, getting into this, it's I hear a lot of conversations, and generally they're about well, how do I accomplish more? How do I do more? How do I stay on point? I feel like I got all this stuff around me, and some of it seems more important, but a lot of times I'll let the small stuff kind of seep in, and I'll make that a priority. And I don't know necessarily how to organize my day and plan it out. That way, at the end of the day, I can check stuff off. So, and I understand that. The key is to just start small. I mean, that's really what comes through is, don't try not to be overwhelmed with everything. Plan stuff out as much as you can. And just do the best you can. I mean, it's as simple as that. I know it's easier said than done. It is. So, but still, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to do, what you enjoy and what matters to you, and your goals. So getting into number one here anyway is, for me, it really starts with a good night's sleep. I mean, it does. It's about, just being recuperated, getting to bed at a decent time, getting those proper sleep in. Everyone's different. I mean, for me, it's at least 6.5 hours. I'll go 8 depending on the day. But I try to get up at a good time. That way, as if you don't already know, I have a morning routine already planned out. It's already set what I want to do. Obviously it's make the bed, which is the first small win of the day. It's writing my goals out on paper. Basically, I keep a notepad right beside me. I'll do that. I know it sounds weird, but man, talk about staying focused. I mean, do that. So, but it's important just to get a good night's sleep. That way you are rested, and that way when you have these goals planned out for the day or for the week, whatever, for the month, you have the energy it takes to be able to accomplish those. So, I mean, that's really crucial, in what you do. So, for me, it's, and I would actually, one thing you could recommend do is, track your results. Track how you feel each day. I mean, if you find yourself, going to bed late, see what you can do, to go to bed earlier, and be able to, to try to say, hey, this day I had 6.5 hours of sleep. This is stuff I done this day. At 3:30 in the day, and get specific, I lost energy. I had this stuff come up, I was doing good, and then I just kind of just fell off the wagon. And be honest with yourself, and try to keep that same routine. That go to bed at the same time, the best you can, wake up the same time in the morning, and evaluate yourself for at least 5 to 7 days, and say, hey, can I evaluate yourself, grade yourself and say, hey, I think I could do more. Do I need more sleep necessarily? My energy kind of crashed, and don't substitute that with just extra coffee, for instance. I mean, control yourself. So do that and say, hey, for the next week, bump it up, to an extra 20 minutes, half hour. See how that does for you. But of course, if you got to be at work at 9 or whatever it is, you still want to stick to your morning routine. So it means you gotta get to bed earlier the next night. So it's a give and take. So you got to be able to prioritize your nights and your days together. So, but that's the key. Get a good night's sleep. Do what you can. Track your results. I mean, I realize it takes time to do that, and busy life's the way it is. But if you want to stay productive, it's crucial to really understand what goes into your sleep pattern. What type of sleep that you're getting. One thing I keep on me is this Garmin. It's really cool. So how precise? I don't know. I mean, it actually tracks my sleep for each day, and I can't remember what series it is. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I'll see a picture, or if you're interested, let me know. I'll give you the name of it. It wasn't too much, but it helps my sleep patterns, and the quality of sleep that I do as far as low quality and a deep sleep. I mean, it tracks that for like weeks on end. I can see the patterns. So that just helps me coordinate and graph, where I'm at. So I mean, you don't have to get a watch. I'm not saying you have to do that. It's just an extra stuff that may help you. So for instance, so like I was saying as well, log your day, log how you feel. Try to keep your coffee at a minimum. I'll usually keep under 2 cups of coffee a day. So not 2 gallons, 2 cups. So you don't want to get too jittery. So I'm already feeling that now. But also, through the day, I'll sip green tea. I won't, I don't like pop. I mean, I like pop to a certain degree, but I'll try at least green tea because it's better for me, better for the mind, the body. And there's a little caffeine in that if you choose the caffeinated version. So just, do that. So see what it takes. So that's it for number 1. And number 2 is a big one for me. It's, find out what motivates you, and what your vision is, what your why is, essentially. Why are you getting up in the morning? Why are you going to bed and getting that 6.5 or 7 hours of sleep? What are you working for, necessarily? So I know the easy ones would be, well, I provide for my family, pay the bills, right? So, and it's, I know those are great, and wonderful goals, but try to be specific as you can. Even with with paying the bills, or with your family, for instance, make it some type of end goal, if you want to, or try to at least focus on that and say, basically as a family trip, for instance, try to make it as, not just about you necessarily and your goals, but make it about the family structure and say, hey, September 1st or whenever, this is the stuff that I, as a family, we want to go take a trip, to wherever. I don't care. It's yours, as a family. So, if you want to share it with me, I'll keep you motivated too. Why not? But try to find the big picture. In order to do that, it's really keen to not just look at the big picture, but also get very specific on, why you want to accomplish those. What are you doing? Whether it's, for the family, it's, for your legacy. You help future generations, for instance, help others in the community, financial aspects. I mean, that's definitely a big one, and it shouldn't be just about paying the bills. It should be about, doing more, helping the community, being positive, not being stressed out, because a lot of this stuff it's interrelated. When you're always stressing about money, well, it's hard to really kind of help others because you're so focused about yourself, and putting food on the table. So, and ideally, it shouldn't be about money necessarily just in the first place. And I know I've said this, money is a resource, the tool to help us get to where we want to be, to take the trips, to have, if you want a fancy car or just a nice car, period, a new car, right? So, it's about getting very specific. And if you want a nice car, that's wonderful, terrific. But like go test drive cars like now, if you can't afford it now, and say, hey, I like this, whatever it be, is, it's your choice. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to put words in your mouth. But go test drive that. Find the color you like with all the options you like. Find out how much it is necessarily, and don't buy it then. So don't do that. Don't sign your name away. Just use that as momentum and say, yeah, I want that car. And put that in your goals and write that out every day. Write it out. Say, this is stuff that we're working for. This car will help us, take our family trips together. It's good on gas, for instance, and it'll help, save money so we can go on trips together. So, stuff like that, So, I mean, and whatever your goal would be, I know a big one I've had conversations, just being, financially free and not having to stress so much about retirement, because, we know it's coming up, in 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it be, or now, so, you have to be able to do all you can and just say, hey, just commit, to yourself and why you're doing it. I mean, that's really key. So, for me, I mean, financial freedom is definitely a big one. So, I love doing this, and something, I can do even more of. So that's wonderful. To be a speaker on stage and be able to do this as a full-time, man, that's talk about, yeah, love it, yes. So, I mean, that's just key, to find what you want to do, and be able to coordinate that with yourself, with your family. Another big one is, your career. You know, a lot of people I find are unhappy. You know, they went to college, you know, for this degree, they're all these student loans, and they got this job based off that, and they don't even like it. You know, well, go find, you know, what you can do, you know, what you like, because ideally you should enjoy what you're doing, you know, and most people don't. You know, at least a lot of people. Like conversations I've had, they don't. You know, they kind of feel stuck, for instance. You know, but it's be able to find those big picture goals and say, hey, you know, I can do more, and I will do more because I'm motivated to do this. So you need to really find, you know, what motivates you. You know, and also too, it's you know, do your research, do your diligence. You know, find out, like I said, about the car. I mean, if you want to take a trip, I mean, most people research all this trip, for instance, and yep, thank you. They'll research the trip and, you know, go all through all this planning. It's but they won't research for their financial future. You know, the exact day that they want to retire, for instance. I mean, how about that? Can you do that? So, and probably most people can't. You know, find that day. So, good morning, Mohammed. Thanks for being here, bud. So yeah, that's really crucial. They'll plan, you know, this you know, exotic trip or just, you know, trip out, but they won't plan for their future. So that's really where it starts, is, you know, look at the big picture and be able to plan each and every day. That way you can get to that. So, yep, will do. Thanks, Muhammad. And yeah, so that's really crucial. So hopefully take good in that. You know, obviously, you know, like I said, your kids, your family. I mean, you know, find the reasons, you know, that helps you. So more than anything, and make it, you know, more, have that vision to do more and be able to visualize, you know, really what you want. So that's it. And of course, I mean, if you need help with this, by all means, you know, let me know. I mean, on my website, prosperpathways.com, go on there. There's, on the resource section, there's you know, goal sheets for you to do. Print those out. Get yourself a calendar, you know, and be able to look at that and say, hey, you know, this is stuff that I want. So feel free to take advantage of all that, and it's free to you. So number 3 here, we're moving right along. It's, you know, like I just talked about, the big picture necessarily. We also want to look at the individual daily goals. You know, what can you do today necessarily, you know, to get to the big picture. So, yep, thank you. And, you know, for me, you know, like I said, you know, for stuff that I want to do, I'm playing that stuff right now. And, you know, when I went to number 1 about the sleep, you know, I threw that little tidbit in there. I'll write the goals down. You know, I have a sheet, you know, paper, you know, right beside me, beside the bed, and I write the goals out, exactly what I want to do every day. So, I mean, most people don't write their goals, but like on January 1st, for instance. So, but imagine, you know, writing those out 365 days, you know, a year. My goodness, you think you can accomplish more with that? Probably so, yeah. So I know I am. So I wasn't always that way. But, you know, I'm focused, I'm motivated, and I have this vision, I understand what I want, and I write these things out every day. And it helps keep me productive, for one, it keeps me motivated. That way I can do more. And I'm not special, so you can do this just the same. It takes a little bit of effort and commitment on your part. And I know you can do it. So, yeah, I gotta refresh here. You know, but this goes, you know, categorize your goals out. You know, whatever they would be. You know, your personal life, your spiritual life is big. You know, if you own a business, you know, what are the business goals? If you're an employee, that's fine too. You know, what are your growth goals within the organization? Hopefully you want to be there. I mean, hopefully you want to grow, right? You know, what can you do more? You know, that way if you see this promotion coming up, you're like, yeah, I got to have that. Well, what can you do every week, every day to help, you know, get you to that goal? You know, and why do you want that goal, for instance? Yeah, it's probably more income, you know, but what's the bigger picture of the money? You know, what can provide? No, and it shouldn't be just necessarily just a bigger house, for instance. So, but if that's your goal, so be it. So I'm not one to judge, right? But yeah, just, you know, financial goals, relationships, all this stuff applies. And just be able to categorize that stuff out as much as you can. That way you can really help and stay focused. These are crucial tips, so hopefully you're taking good notes here. But it's not something I just made up out of the blue, by the way. I mean, this is stuff that I've read about. I listen to audios. I do all I can to stay focused and just build momentum in my own life. And it's something you can do too. So you know, and for me, it's just like, oh, excuse me. Yeah, stretch. Hopefully it's not too long for you. So you got to do your own stretches. Right. But, like I said, on a Sunday, I'll plan my week out, every day what I want to accomplish. And then each night and each morning, I'll say, hey, this is my focus for today. I'll prioritize that day. What's my biggest motivators for the day? If I have a big meeting planned or big call, I'll try to schedule that in the morning to make sure I can get that accomplished for the day. And it helps me get that win. It helps me check it off. So now helps build momentum too. And that's really crucial. I know, I'm a big planner. So, I enjoy it, and I didn't always like to do it, but it helps me just stay motivated myself. So I plan as much as I can. I'll plan, the gym time, my meeting times, family time, whether it's on the phone, meeting people, having dinner, having lunch, doing a webinar. It's whatever it takes to be able to just stay committed. And, if stuff runs long, it's okay. But, I try to say, hey, I'll plan it out for the next day. I'll reschedule. I'll try to do as much as I can to accomplish as much as I can. And it may sound exhausting to you. You're probably like, oh my gosh, but don't be that way. It does take time. So don't try to go all in necessarily at once. Just build your wins, do as much as you can. And of course, if you need any help, reach out. Reach out. Network. Reach out to me if you wish. That's fine. So I'm happy to help. And just be able to do what you can. For me, I kind of keep it two ways. I've had this question before, is how to stay, motivated is, I use my calendar on my phone, for instance. I use the Google Calendar, and there are others out there, just because it helps, it ding me and helps, keep me in check. But also, I keep a paper book too, and I keep that with me as well. So I like the visualization. On the phone, it's not necessarily right in front of you all the time, and especially for helping conquer the wins for each day, I'm one to like to be able to check stuff off. It helps me build momentum. It keeps me going, keeps me happy, keeps me excited. Where I can check stuff off. Yeah, you can do it on your phone too, and if that's what you want to do it, that's fine. It's just about getting those wins and be able to do as much as you can. So that's it for today. Hopefully you take value. Come back tomorrow. I'm going to try to do the same time frame for you. I'll cover the other three. I'm not going to tell you what they are right now, so you got to come back and see me. So by all means, free Facebook group for you. Glad if you would join up. I'm excited to have you, really. So it's Legends of Liberty. So it's a closed group, but if you're interested, send me a message. So that's what it's all about. It's about this, helping good habits, routines, staying organized, prioritizing our day, and doing as much as we can. So, and like I said before, if you need any help with all these or anything, on your habits, whatnot, reach out so we can have a powerful conversation and help get you started. So, I thank you for watching. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time. Thank you.